Yeah.
Yeah. There's also like this sort of spectral sort of figure, sort of perhaps death, who sort of beckons Jason, come, come, or
Yeah,
you know.
and that I call him the figure. And you know where I got that from? From one of Jessica's favorite movies, Carnival of Souls.
Oh,
There's the figure
excellent.
of death that keeps chasing the blonde, the beautiful blonde character who turns out to be dead. Which, if you know that, and now you'll know that if you've seen this, if that is death, is this is everything then something that's being looked back upon? Is who's really in charge here? Is it any of the mortals? Is it Hera? Is it Zeus? Is it Chloe? Is it Danny, the author, or is it the figure?
Well, it's if like to sort of voice my own opinion here, it's got to be Danny, isn't it? Because all of this is, you know, we can see it diegetically is a play,
Yeah.
and this takes place within the play. So like it's got to be Danny. But then that's me risking my own controversial opinion there. But to digress for a moment though, the name of the whole cycle, Argonautilus, I said I really liked it. It's a good sort of pun.
It's a mixture of the Argonautica and the
The
Nautilus, the
Nautilus,
submarine.
it makes me think of Captain Nemo,
Right.
Dan.
And I mentioned that in the play, Nemo. And Nemo, in whatever language this one, in French, I think, means no one.
No one. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you can interpret that as you want. But this is one of the things with art that you need to do. You have to put a lot. Here in America we have bagels, and what they did was they would have salt bagels, they'd have sesame seed bagels, they'd have rye bagels. They put everything on. But what happened is, at the end of the day, they'd have a little bit of leftover of all the spices, and then they put them all together and make an everything bagel. And in art, you have to sort of do that too. Is the idea of the figure, or the man, as they call it from Carnival of Souls, the figure of Zeus and Hera being played by actors who have been written by one of the actors, Danny, the author. The figure of death, the whole inverting of certain things, the strengthening of other things.
So the Argonautilus is an everything bagel, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you try. I mean, and it's different. If you compared these 5 plays with the 5 plays of King Arthur, there's a fundamental difference. Is this is a much more, I think, bleak and nihilistic play, or series, but not nihilistic in a negative sense. Nihilism, it doesn't have to be negative. I mean, one can say that Jason accepts throughout, especially in the last half of this play, or the whole play. In fact, he basically accepts in the 5th play that, yeah, he's going to die. He's going to die ignominiously. Will people remember him? There's the echo of the Percy Bysshe Shelley poem Ozymandias there. Who is going to remember all of these people? I think I even, in the 1st or 2nd play, I have Theseus or Heracles asking pretty much the same question as the Shelley poem. Who's going to remember us in 50 and 500 and 5,000 years? It all blows away, kind of thing. And yet we see, I think, very compelling characters.
Obviously we don't know, because like the myth lives on forever, doesn't it?
Sure, but
not to contradict you there, but like that's if anything, it's the proles and the peasants we forget. It's the heroes that we remember.
Yeah, well, which is one of the reasons too, though. In the end, Jason wants to be a plebeian. He wants to be forgotten. He's, I think, he even says at some point, he feels more of himself than he ever did on the throne. Just scavenging through the garbage of the day.
Yeah, so sort of a more banal existence, I suppose, a drudgery and what have you. I mean, I seem to recall a poem by Brecht where he says kind of like all the great pyramid. We remember sort of the pharaohs whom the pyramids were built to memorialize and what have you, but we're never going to remember all the slaves who lug up the giant bricks.
Yeah, people remember the architects; they don't remember the workers.